say you're tasked with building a new urgent care center and you've done all the plans, but then you realize you put it about 50 feet too far and you need to move it. A transformation would tell the new designers where you really meant to put it. This first kind of transformation is called a translation or a slide, meaning to move from one place to another. Another kind is the reflection or the flip, reversing all points over an axis. For example, we can take this little fox and flip him over a vertical axis, or we can take this apple tree and flip it over a horizontal axis. Dilation, which is shrinking or stretching, is to make the same shape smaller or larger. For example, we can take this guitar and now transform it into a ukulele by shrinking it, but basically it is the exact same shape. We've got some new vocabulary words, and since this is going to be such a challenging lesson, I have brought out the lightsaber. Go ahead, you're going to see some familiar vocabulary words and some new ones. For reflections, compression, also known as a dilation, input, output, translation, and expansion, and that also has to do with our dilations. In our first example here, we've got a list of points. We've seen this before, where the first points are our domain and our second points are our ranges. So you can already see that they've put into this table a list of all of our domain values. The -6 goes with the -6 here, the -3 with the -3, and so on. We are going to fill in the rest of the values with the range values. So we can see with that -6 goes the 2. So I'm going to place that there. With the -3, the -1, and so on. I'll write that quickly. Okay, and you can also see that over here on this graph, we've got the points already plotted. So -6, 2 would correspond with this point right here. -3, -1 is this point, and so on. What this next part is asking, fill in the table below with x, which we've already done. So the x values are not going to change, but we're going to take our function, which are our y values. Remember, f of x is the same thing as our y values, and add 2 to them, and then plot those on this graph with squares. What this is asking me to do is take each of these values right here and add 2 to them. So that first 2, I would add 2 and get a 4. -1 plus 2 would give me a +1. 5 plus 2, 7. And once again, and so on. After I've filled all of these in, I'm going to then plot them over on my graph. So I'm going to go to -6 and +4, and then it says to draw a square. So I'm going to draw small squares. It would also help if you had colored pens or colored pencils, because then you could track the same color, and that is always a nice way to do this. So my next point, -3, +1, and I'm going to go ahead and plot those points and show you the results. All 7 of those points are now plotted. If you need to pause the video to copy those down, please do so. In this next part, it's very similar, but this time we're going to take those f of x, those y values, and subtract 3 from them, and then plot them on the graph with triangles this time. Or like I said, if you have a colored pen or pencil set, that really does help here as well. So I'm taking these original f of x's and I'm going to subtract 3 from them. So 2 minus 3 would give me -1. -1 minus 3 is -4. 5 minus 3 is 2. And once again, and so on. I'll just fill the rest in there. So to speed this up a little bit, and there we go. So there's my new values. Over on my graph, I'm going to go to -6 for my x value and down to -1 and put a little triangle. Go to -3 and then -4, 2, 3, 4, and put a little triangle. I'm going to go to -1 and then up to 2 and place a small triangle, and I'll fill the rest in so you don't have to watch me do that. So once we've got these done, go ahead and take a moment to copy those points if you haven't already. And then you can see, hopefully you're noticing a pattern here, is that if the black dot is my original point, all of the squares are exactly 2 units higher than my original value. All of the triangles are exactly 3 units lower than my original value. So we can actually make a rule here. A rule for any times we add or add a negative value. When you add a constant k to any functions, the values move vertically up or down by k units. So just be aware that k units, if it's a positive unit, then we would shift up. If it's a negative unit, then we would shift down. We want to take a look to here. We can see that that's how many it goes up or down by. And this, by the way, is called a translation. And specifically, this one is a vertical translation. So there's 2 types of translations. We're going to see the next one in the next video, the horizontal translation. But I think that's enough to get you started. Just to remember, if we add or subtract any value to our function, then it ends up being a vertical translation.